Hey guys, Phil here again. Little time here to head on down the road and check out my third location, the one that I placed about a week and a half ago, and see how that's coming along. Trying to get an idea on what they might or might not want. I think we talked about the Boston baked beans not being as popular, so I'm going to trade them out for something else. Cashews apparently is a pretty good deal. They're expensive, so you really need to kind of pour the right amount out at each quarter turn, and it's doable, but they're actually popular. A lot of people like them, and I was kind of surprised by that. I was told from other people that to kind of stay away from nuts for time being, unless it's an area that people like really go after them. If it sits for a long period of time, it's not great for the machines. But cashews, on the other hand, seems to be a winner. So who knew? I'm going to take a moment to offer out another couple of tips that I've learned. Nothing major. I find that as I expand into other places and incorporate more and more machines, I need to kind of keep better track. There's nothing worse than sitting in your house, getting ready to grab some candy and not remembering what each location has. They're not all the same. I have varied them up quite a bit. Things would have been a whole lot simpler if I was just sticking with the same 3 or 4 items and that would be it. I can just show up each place, but some places are more or less catered. It's which is not that bad. I just can't remember at the time which one's which. Which, for the amount of machines I've got in the field right now, it's kind of funny. But I find, so I went and got me one of these little ledgers here, and I've got a handful of sheets that I've marked for each client, and I've got a list of what they've got, and on that same list I've also got additional notes, so you fill in any requests they make, maybe a little spot for repair, something to keep track of. Every time you do a collection, you can write that in, and then your dates of service. Now that I've got that started, for the most part, for the 6 locations I have right now, it's a lot easier to keep track of. I'm pretty excited right now because I've got 2 more machines coming in. I got a 3-head and a single. The single is for a location that's just going to have gumballs, which is, I think, ideal because they don't really need a whole lot. There's not a lot of foot space there, and I don't want to take up too much room with a 3 and 4 head. Eventually, I'll try to find a way to get another machine in there to offer them a second choice. But in the meantime, a single head is not that bad. Also want to do a shout out. There's a business called Ralph's Sign Shop in Morehead City, North Carolina. Their phone number is 252-240-1000. That's 240-1000, area code 252. Ralph's Sign Shop. I needed labels and for my machine, and I wanted vinyl stickers or however you normally would do it, and so I got some time. Excuse me, traffic. I got some time, and I created a logo for my machine, and you saw the logos in earlier videos, but for the most part I made my logo for it, and I needed a place that I could print them. And just starting out, I didn't know who to go to. And Staples was actually pretty cool. They don't really do logos, but they offer you a lot of labels. And they're kind of plain, but when you're just starting out, plain's okay. You can do the warning labels, especially like this product contains peanuts. By the way, make sure you got them on your machines if you sell peanuts or anything that has peanuts in it. Very important. Peanut M&Ms, Boston baked beans, and peanuts and cashews. Make sure that sticker's on there because there is a lot of allergies out there and you want to be covered at all times. But yeah, Ralph's Sign Shop in Morehead City, very professional, got straight up business. I told them what I was after, and they were excited about it too. They don't usually work on a small scale like that. I mean, they got big machines. They make big vehicle wraps. They do them all. I mean, it's amazing all the stuff that they do. And I was just looking for labels for gumball machines, and so they were pretty excited about that. They saw my logo. They thought it was pretty cool. A lot of decent colors into it. And next thing you know, I had like 3 or 4 reels of my label. And I was pretty excited about that. And the prices were phenomenal. I mean, I was thinking it was going to be like really high to do this. And they were straight up the fairest price I've ever gotten from most businesses I can deal with. You know. But I can't say enough about them. Ralph's Sign Shop. If you get a chance, call them up. You know, maybe they can do some stuff for you. They amazing business. So yeah, I got my labels. I've got more logos. I had them all printed up. I've got my book here to keep track of the clients and their machines needs and all that. And so yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I got a system in place right now, so it makes things a whole lot easier. If you ever come to a time when you aren't able to get the job done and somebody's going to help you out or fill in for you, hand them the ledger and they'll go in and take care of it for you. You know, that's pretty straight up. Also, write down what keys goes to what machine, because when you amass a lot of machines, you wind up with a lot of keys. Next thing you know, you're going to have a key ring the size of a baseball trying to keep track of all that stuff. And so I've had people tell me, you want to get all your machines keyed alike. But this is the early stages. I'm not worried about that right now. And neither should you at this point, unless you go full term, and then you can start moving into that category of multiple machines, same key, all that. I'm just not there yet. As I said, pretty excited. I've made a 3-head purchase and I made a single head purchase. The 3-head purchase, I've already got a location planned for it. Owners are pretty excited about it. It's going to have the big 3: Skittles, peanut M&Ms, and gumballs. I mean, pretty happy about that, and they seem to be pretty happy as well. So I'll get that squared away, and once I get all my locations with machines and candy and gumballs, then I can start looking at expanding. The concentration on this point right now is I've got a lot of money invested in what I'm doing, and you know, with this type of vending, you don't make it back overnight. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at all. It'd be a miracle if it does, but that's really not the thing. Not the way it's going to happen. It's a long-term deal, and so I'm keeping track of everything I remove from these machines, and I got that ledger going side by side. So eventually, one day, those numbers are going to surpass each other. You know, where the debt is going to be chased down by the profit, and I'm going to be very excited about that. But until that happens, I'm just kind of waiting until that does happen to achieve that goal. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm pretty stoked about it, and we'll see how it works. And in the meantime, I'm going to head to my next collection, and I'll send you results. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, this is Phil signing off, and happy selling.